Hey guys, so welcome to day 9 of the Uplift 47 Strong Challenge. And so, one thing I want to share with you guys today that's really important is tracking your food. Now, for this week, I know some of you have been a little bit confused about learning how to track. And when you learn how to track your food, you give yourself a little bit of at least a little bit of a foundation to understand how many calories you're getting in versus how many calories you're not taking in. And the reason why this is important, and I'm going to share this with you, the reason why this is important and significant is to make sure that you have a diary for your food, whether it's written out or whether you use an application like MyFitnessPal. The hardest part, I think, for a lot of us is we think that we're eating enough, or we think we're getting enough vegetables in, or we think we're getting enough protein in. And a lot of the times it's just you're throwing darts and you're just kind of guessing. And, if I told you, what did you eat a week ago? I'm pretty sure that you wouldn't be able to tell me what you ate. And so the great thing about documenting these things is you're able to start seeing patterns. And what's wonderful about apps like MyFitnessPal is you're actually not doing a lot of work. You're plugging in the food, but it's doing all the calculations for you. It's calculating your proteins, your carbs, your fibers, and you have all this information on this one app, and it's an incredible tool. The hardest part for a lot of us is to make sure that we actually do it, and then being consistent with anything. Just like with the workouts, they do not matter if your nutrition is not on point. And so, especially for moms, if you're very, very busy, one thing you can start doing is making sure to, plan in advance. Maybe wake up a little bit earlier and document this stuff. Document what you know you're going to eat in advance. And doing this is just going to make your life a little bit easier. It may feel like it's more work, but ultimately long term, you're going to be understanding what your body needs. So in the moment, it may feel like it's hard, but after about a month of doing this, you're going to start memorizing what you eat more or less. And then eventually you won't have to use the app because you'll more or less know exactly what you're supposed to be eating as you're losing weight. And another quick tip is that a wonderful thing about the app is that it gives you the ability to understand what room you have in terms of, like, if you want some cookies, or if you want bagel and cream cheese, or if you want some pizza or some ice cream, whatever that is, you should be able to do that and not feel guilty about it. And when you understand your macronutrients, all right, what macros are protein, carbs, and fiber, or fats. When you're able to master that, then you start understanding how your body works and how your weight fluctuates and what it needs. Every time I have a consultation, and we have a new member on board, part of the community, you guys, I walk you through your nutritional guide, and I do your macros for you. I do the hard part for you. You just have to follow it. And so I'm giving you these tools, but you have to put in the work. So today, what I'm going to do is show you guys. It's not going to take that long. We're going to share our screen right now, and give me one second. So share screen. We're going to do the desktop. Okay, we got our video here. All right, so now we're here. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to take Natalia's, one of my clients, and we did her macros earlier this month, but everyone that's part of the community has access to their nutritional guide, right? And so this is a very simple formula that I walk through with you guys, based off of your age, your sex, how much we weigh, what type of eating style you like. Some people are vegetarian, so we have to take that into account, what our movement patterns are. And so, I walked you guys through the first, after our consultation, when you guys signed up, giving you an idea of like what protein is, in terms of not needing to measure any of this food out. That's what a lot of people are afraid of, is like, do I have to get a scale? Do I have to measure all my food, my vegetables? And you don't. That's what's great about these hand guides for protein. You have to, obviously a palmful and then a fistful of vegetables per serving. All right, same thing with carbohydrates. You get about a palmful of carbohydrates. And then when it comes to those healthy fats, you want to make sure that you're careful with those, because as good as those taste, fats do tend to add up. And you know, I walked through with you guys, you know, when it comes to, you know, your nutritional guide with the types of foods and how you should be portioning things out, in terms of your macros. You know, a palm of eggs, that's for your protein. You know, in terms of veggies, remember 2 to 3 servings. That's, you know, that's essential. All right. And on we go, you know, with food labeling and understanding exactly what we should be putting in our body, how our plate should be portioned. And these are things that you've already learned on our first consult. But I also want to emphasize that, you know, you have to read through this more than once. You don't want to just read through it one time. All right. So you guys have read through this. I'm gonna exit out of this, and we're gonna go straight to MyFitnessPal. I think a lot of the times it's confusing for people because with MyFitnessPal, okay, hold on, MyFitnessPal. There we go. So with MyFitnessPal, we'll put this off to the side over here. What we have here, right, when you click your homepage, all right, this will pop up. And I think for a lot of us, it's really difficult to understand some of these applications. So when you have your homepage, you know, you have the certain amount of calories that you're supposed to be taking in. And for example, my goal for me, all right, is 2,100 calories, 2,183 per day. Now that's a lot of food. Most of you are not going to, especially women, you're not going to be eating that much, especially if you're trying to lose a little bit of weight. So if that's the case, and you have this tool, this really powerful tool, you know at this point what your goal weight is, you know how much food you're supposed to be getting, and then, you know, with the app you can also integrate, you know, exercise and all that stuff. But what's important is just documenting your food. So what you want to do is, whether on your phone or on your web browser, you want to click food. And for example, this is where you would type in your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner. And if you kind of have an idea of what you're going to eat in advance, it's good to get ahead of that game, because then you don't have to worry so much about, okay, like, you know, at the end of the day, I have to remember exactly what I've eaten. So make sure that when you click breakfast, right? Let's say for me, I this morning I wanted to get some good protein in. So we all know that chicken breast is a good form of protein. This can also be bacon. This can be, you know, turkey sausage, veggie patties, you know, any type of, you know, lean protein. And then I also threw in an egg to have some healthy fats, but eggs are also a source of protein. So keep that in mind. And that's all on your nutritional guide, the stuff in terms of what's protein, what's carbs. And so what you'll notice is that there'll be a trend. So I have, you know, chicken breast, which is a protein. I did 2 servings of spinach, which was vegetables. All right. It doesn't matter what kind of vegetables. Usually any type of vegetable is a good one. And then for carbohydrates, right, for starchy carbs, I stuck with oatmeal. For me, I'm pretty simple like that. But for you, it doesn't have to be oatmeal. You could have some bananas and some strawberries. You can have blueberries and bananas if you want some fruit. You can even make your own homemade hash browns if you want. It's really good, obviously, to have your own potatoes, not out of a bag, but you know, that's something else that you can have. You can have toast, right? Try to stick to whole wheat. Fibrous carbohydrates are gonna digest easier in your body than white breads. Same thing with lunch. When it comes to lunch, you know, you want to make sure to be as accurate as possible, especially when it comes to, you know, if it comes to rice or to chicken, you know, usually you can go with a generic brand. If you don't remember the name of the brand, it's fine. But serving sizes are going to be, you know, really essential. So if you click one of these, right, let's say brown rice, we clicked. So for me, it was 1 serving, which is 70 grams. All right. And brown rice. And you categorize it under lunch, and it's simple. And then you just save it. All right. If you want to add a food, right, we'll add some food here. For example, let's add some more. Let's add tuna. Let's just pretend that we had some tuna. Usually I get like canned tuna, which is, you know, I usually have just 1 serving. All right. And what's also really powerful is that the more that you play with this program, the more you add, you'll start seeing a trend. And it's like, okay, you don't even have to look up these things anymore. You don't have to look up these items. They're just here, and you just click the ones that you used. And it's that simple. But it usually takes about 2 weeks to a month to really start adapting and putting in the work and not falling behind. And so you would just go to the bottom, you would add the check box, right? Or you would type it in and it's there, right? And it goes on and on and on. Same thing with dinners. You know, you want to make sure that you document everything that you're putting in your body. And over time, right, what you're going to start seeing is just this trend. You're going to start seeing a trend of how much you're putting in. And the goal here, we're gonna go to calories. The goal here is to make sure that you're hitting this number every single day, right here. The number that will be popped up on this screen right here. All right, 2183. That's for me, but we all have our goal weight. If you don't know what that is, you got to reach out to me so I can explain that. But this is the goal weight in terms of how much food you should be eating. Okay, so if you hit this number every single day, plus you're working out 3 times a week, you are going to lose weight. There's a lot that goes into it. That is the generic version of telling you based off of science. Obviously, stress and lack of sleep and being able to love yourself and really start prioritizing your health and talking with your families and having them understand what journey you're taking. That is something that's going to be, pretty significant as well. But at the end of the day, it is about the food that you're putting in your body. And the more that you enjoy that process of learning and mastering this, eventually you're not going to need me. And eventually you're going to understand that the community is about, loving yourself and valuing yourself and understanding that food is fuel. Food it's nourishing. And it's not just about, I need to lose 10 pounds. You will lose the 10 pounds. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking anything away from doing that, but it's like wanting to buy a car, the nicest car in the lot, but you've never had that shitty car. Excuse my French. You've never had that. You've never had to work for that first car and that second car to lead to that nice car or whatever it is, your version of a car, or a house. You didn't rent first and then go into buy to be a buyer or to be an owner of a house. So just keep that in mind, guys. It's a process, but the more that if you ignore this essential part, I can guarantee you're not going to get the results you want and you're going to struggle. And that is the last thing I want you guys to do. Right, guys, I am rooting for you. I want you to succeed. That's why I'm giving you this tool that's worked for me. It's worked for my life. And the goal is to eventually not need this, right? Eventually you're going to memorize this, especially as you lose weight. Once you hit that weight goal, you'll understand what you need in order to maintain that. And then that's it. You're just maintaining your lifestyle and you're enjoying your life, and you know when to enjoy and indulge in healthy stuff and when to enjoy and indulge in not so healthy stuff and still live a happy life, right? And I know a lot of you just want to focus on being able to walk with your kids and run with them and be able to just not feel overly stressed and always worrying about like your weight and making time for yourself. But, at the end of the day, let me exit out of this. This does take time. Okay. And let me, okay. We want to blow this up really quick. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So we want to focus on you. That is the goal here. Okay. So really focus on your nutrition. I know that it's been a journey. and it's only been 9 days, but I know there's tough times, and there's times where people aren't going to be supporting you, but you got to support yourself and you got to prioritize yourself. You don't prioritize yourself, you're going to run into some roadblocks, and you're if, as long as you have that mentality of I need to lose 10 pounds, I need to lose 10 pounds, and you're in a rush without going through the small steps, it's going to be tough. I don't want it to be tough for you guys. It should be an easy process. At the end, the goal is to make your life easier. Okay, and you guys deserve it. You've earned it. That's why you're here. That's why you're part of this community. And I'm going to lead you where you need to be. And I'm here to support you. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, hopefully this was helpful. Please shoot me an email if you guys felt like this was a helpful video. This is also going to be on YouTube. So if you guys have not subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, but make sure to stay focused. And I can guarantee you'll get the results that you're looking for. All right. Have a good one, guys.